fire it up.
Hello, guys. Afternoon. Just the two boys.
Just the two boys today, yep.
We've got a depleted squad. Mikey boy's working away, trying to get through the 100,000 orders that are in the system. Ryan unfortunately doesn't know what end it's going to come out of at the minute. He was
in rough form this morning.
He's not feeling his best, so left with just the two amigos.
Yeah, should be fun.
This is all good. It's just the way we like it. Guys, we're going to jump in a second. Usual format. We'll wait for you guys to join on in, and we're going to run through a bunch of questions today. Last year we had the full team. We had Johnny Wonder. We had...
Yeah, I missed a good week with that one.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
That's right. You were out
Johnny
west.
in a while.
I know. What was happening out west last week?
Just doing some playing, practicing, hanging out at Bear Mountain there.
Is that your home base?
When I'm on the west coast, Bear Mountain is where I hang out. It's a pretty cool place just to go spend a day and cruise around. So it's been awesome that they let me come do my thing there. Yeah, no,
it's... we need to get out to the west coast. I mean, some of the videos you post, like with the mountains and stuff in the background, it's nuts.
Yeah, I think a little TXG trip to Bear Mountain would be. Yeah. I was talking to them; they want you there, so I think we need to tee it up for sure. Once
I think once we do our Calgary location open as well, I think we got to make a little trip out there.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Many good.
What was the one you were talking about? Mickelson National.
Yeah, Mickelson National. It's in. I think it's right in Calgary, or just outside Calgary.
Yeah, in that driving range that's there.
Yeah, there's the launch pad golf. Yeah, I think they have a couple locations, kind of like a Top Golf of Canada.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool because it's open all year round, which is nice for the Canadian.
I've seen a bunch of people posting like when there's literally blizzards and stuff going on outside, and they're literally in like hitting balls and stuff like that. I guess they've got the heaters and what have you, just the same as they do back home.
Yeah, bar and food and everything that you need.
A few cocktails will soon warm you up.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see what's going on. Mac, my boy. Zach has a question. Do you ever notice someone might swing differently when testing different lie angles in irons? I think the nature of it is always going to be the different spec of the club can make people change their delivery, regardless. I mean, I think if it's a club is too flat and if they're leaving the face open, people can often come a little more over the top trying to get the ball to start, more online. So yeah, the lie can definitely change.
I think it makes a really big difference for sure.
The delivery for sure. Kyle loves you.
Kyle loves me. There he is. I used to work with Kyle back in the day, I think.
Kyle's got a man crush. What do you see in there?
Let's see here. Just reading all these little paragraph ones here.
I know, they're a few beauties.
Not great at reading. So.
Well, Sheldon's interesting. So he saw a post last week about the Calloway ball. Have you played any of the Calloway balls?
I haven't, no, but I've heard really good things the last year or so from them. I never really tested them before. I've kind of one trick pony when it comes to balls for the last bunch of years, but definitely intrigued to give them a try maybe.
They're good. I mean, I think the testing last week, showing us that the Chrome Soft really doesn't spin very much. I always thought the Chrome Soft was the kind of spinny one. I think Gareth Raflewski and I talked a lot about it, like he hits those crazy spinners that he hits with the Chrome Soft ball, but I couldn't spin the Chrome Soft nearly as much as the Chrome Soft X, so that's interesting. So Sheldon's says he usually plays Chrome Soft, tried the X and it's fantastic, softer than prior models, so probably going to switch to that later. Yeah, I think kind of like what I always say about the Pro V1X, it's kind of the ball for everyone. I kind of think the same with that Chrome Soft X. I think it's the ball for 80% of the people, and if maybe you're slower swing speed and you curve it a little too easily, maybe a little slicey or something, the Chrome Soft is a better option. And then for the real quick guys that spin it too much and need a bit more speed, the LS is perfect at that point.
Someone said something. We need to see a top view of Mac setup and slings, etc. I do need to explain probably a little bit of ball position. I didn't talk a ton on that when I did the shot shaping video. So
it's definitely something we can do.
Yeah, it'd be cool to do a little up top.
A little mount.
Yeah. Get Mikey up there in the rafters.
It doesn't do anything else useful, so we may as well hang him from the roof.
No, I think it would be cool to do a top down just for ball
Joking,
position.
Mikey. Joking. Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be cool. Oh, big Rob's in the house. Big Rob loves me too. That's nice.
Mac, are you still slinging the Tour Exotic 3-wood? Ian and I have done a little testing of some new ones and refit and see if I'm losing anything. So I think they're going to be dropping a video in the near future here.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow. There we are.
Tomorrow. I mean, nostalgia and that thing has been. It's a cult fairy with that thing now.
It's created a cult following for sure. Yeah,
Has it got its own Instagram account?
I need to make one.
Should do.
Yeah, it's been pretty good to me though. I've had it for a lot of years. I actually got one off a used website online, so I had a backup ready to go when I caved the face
is that
in.
right?
Yeah, I have one. It's brand new, sitting at home. I got it for $27.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Mac, when you hit big swinging shots either direction, where do you aim the club face at setup? That's a really, really good one.
Yeah, so that's something that I get a lot. I would say for me, it's neutral. So I set up my club face pretty much square to my setup. The club face closing or opening happens during the swing, and based on the release that I'm trying to have. Mm-hmm. But for setup, I want everything as square and repeatable as possible.
Right.
So I don't cheat it by opening my face if I'm trying to hit a cut or close the face. I strictly just kind of let it happen naturally throughout the swing.
I think you hit so many balls. You're so highly calibrated.
Yeah, 100%. I would say definitely it probably started in a place where I used to maybe have to shut at the start to get the feel of what I needed to do to replicate that. But for the most part now it all happens in a way of in a natural way from doing it so much.
Great question though. Rob saying Mikey's not even there to defend himself. Exactly, that's what he gets for not being here. We get to make fun of him and there's nothing he can do or
like
say.
It up there, to be honest.
Yeah, I definitely think he would.
Do I ever block a shot and send it 3 fairways over? I do, because I think that is golf. I think it's impossible to hit good ones every time. I of course hit bad ones, but I will say that I generally know where my miss is going. So if there's something over there that's going to cause me trouble, then that's probably not the shot I'm going to hit. I'm going to play it to where I won't miss it 3 fairways over.
We just done a video on basically Mac's gamer flight versus the bomber flight. So something that really you hit it long enough that you don't tend to really swing the driver, out of control.
It looks out of control, but it certainly isn't. It's like it's within myself, and I think people look like I just flail at it, but for me that's just like freeing myself up, swinging within my own ability, I guess.
Well, we had you going there, and you gained probably 7 miles an hour club head speed, and that was you kind of going after it.
I feel like I have a gear if I need to tap into it, but it's not a gear that I like to play with because it's not necessary for the most part.
Right. Tony's asking for most popular driver shaft this year with these new club heads. You just need to ask Mike Martusevich and he'll tell you there's only one shaft that everyone needs this year, and it's the Mitsubishi TB. It's the only shaft he fits people to. So if you're coming for a fit with Mikey, he's already got it looked out. It's the old Diamana Blue, basically.
Oh yeah, I've seen a few of those on his page there. Looks like
you'll see a lot more. So I think he's keeping Mitsubishi in business with how many sold of those. Did we watch Pat Perez on Foreplay and what did we think of his setup? We were just chatting about that, didn't we? About oh no, it wasn't Foreplay. We were talking about Colt Nose, wasn't it? I don't know. I did not see. Did you see Pat Perez?
I didn't see that one either. No.
Me, I did not.
No.
I know Foreplay. Who does the Foreplay podcast?
That's the Barstool guys.
Is
it's
it?
That Riggs
and those guys?
Riggs and Frankie and Trent. And
right.
That crew. No, I haven't seen any of those.
Did not see any of that. And B, what is your daily routine? What do you
I'm
do?
like a feather in the wind. I don't have a ton of a routine now. Things have changed a lot. I went from teaching a ton and working a ton to trying to figure out a new direction to take things. But I'm officially on with the TXG guys here, so I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff with Ian and the lads here. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to being a part of that. But for the most part, I'm trying to golf as much as I can. I think more I can play, the happier I am. So I think that's my daily routine, is just golf, more golf,
and be happier. So why don't you take the guys through like a quick couple minute, like your kind of background in the game, like from kind of junior golf into turn pro, into playing competitively, and kind of some of the things you've done. It's a pretty cool story.
Yeah, so Cole's Notes version, I started the game pretty late. I played pretty much every other sport growing up. Took up the game seriously when I was 18, really for the first time when I was 18. Took a year off after high school and went down to Florida and worked, got taught by like Sean Foley, and kind of just...
You were at Core?
I was at Core. I was at Core, but not at Core. I wasn't like an academy kid. I was lived off-site with Dave Markle, who caddies for Michael Gligic on the PGA Tour now, and our guy Robbie Greenfield. So 2 Canadian Tour guys at the time. Just played and practiced every day. Went to school briefly in the States, and then turned pro right when I was like 22. That's when I first met you, I believe. You fit me for a set of Miras. Yeah. Probably 3 weeks before I went to Q School for Canadian Tour. Played professionally. I was never maybe good enough to make it at that level. Had wrist surgery, gave up the competitive side, and then so now I got into teaching. Was living in New Zealand pre-COVID, and then now I'm kind of just doing the floating around thing.
I mean, I still feel like it's almost like calling yourself like an influencer, or it's like still almost uncomfortable to say it, isn't it? Like that's your job.
Yeah, I just hate that word, because for me, like I influencers I find are very one-dimensional. I find a lot of them are they just like they spew things that they have to say because they're getting paid for it. I've tried to be myself through it, and I think that with my Instagram account, it's just me being me playing golf the way I golf, me trying to kind of share some of my I guess journey with the golf and that. So I guess influencer, video creator, I don't know, whatever. Yeah,
I think that's content I like creator. That. I like that content creator. That's because influencer is almost like has a kind of negative connotation that you are trying to influence the audience, which you're not. You're creating content for them.
Yeah, exactly. I find it's an entertainment more than anything. Absolutely. Like I made the account for something fun to do because I couldn't teach. I was teaching actually at TXG.
That's right. Yeah.
I guess 2 winters ago, and then we went into that lockdown and I couldn't teach. So I went to Dubai and I'm like, I'm gonna start making some fun videos, just me playing golf on the golf course, and it kind of has turned into what it is now. So
I still think back to that. You guys were heading out to Dubai, and obviously we were talking about like just the way how differently you approach the whole thing, and doing the social media stuff, and obviously like you've got a creative flair to you as well, so like it was always going to work.
Yeah, and for me, like I think it's the creative side. It's like there's a lot of guys that can hit golf shots, but I think just piecing them together and make these little videos and stuff, I think I've got a creative eye for that. So I think just trying to use what I enjoy already and turn it into something. So
I love it. Love it. Okay, let's see what else is coming in here. Roger's asking, what is your fitness mantra? How do you guys stay fit?
I'm going to be honest, I was very, very into I was a competitive swimmer. I played hockey. I did everything growing up. I was very busybody. I still am. I do nothing in terms of fitness now. Guilty of that. I love walking the golf course. I find people don't understand how hard it is to go walk 18 holes every single day. You become pretty fit naturally from that. More, I just watch what I eat and remain active, but I'm certainly not going to the gym and slugging weights or anything.
Saw a brilliant post last night from one of the guys I follow. I wish I could give him the credit for it right here. He follows us on the channel. Christian, his name is. If I can find it here. And basically it was a post around is walking overrated for fat loss? So this is just to talk about the value of kind of walking, right? So you've got caloric expenditure for a 200-pound man, right? So it's kind of got like 10,000 steps burns 500 calories, right? And everyone always wants the microwave effect. Like no one wants to go walk 10,000 calories, but I think that's the amazing thing about golf. A round of golf for an average player is 12 to 15,000 steps. So then,
up and down too. It's not like you're on a flat surface.
100%. And then it goes through all these different things. Is like when you build muscle, it burns more fat, 40 to 70 calories, by gaining 10 pounds of muscle. And then it goes on to talk about, like fat burners that people try and sell supplements, right? And what that does, clenbuterol is a steroid that bodybuilders use to obviously drop fat. None of them are more effective in a day than 10,000 steps.
Yeah.
So, like from a fitness perspective, walking is so good, and it is why, guys, if you do ride in the car, like, if you don't want to carry your clubs, get an electric buggy or something like that. But the health benefits of walking the course are definitely something that people should do more of.
Totally.
I don't really do much related to golf strength and conditioning anymore. I do more general, fitness and gym stuff. It's a kind of mixture of three two upper body days, a lower body day, and a total body day is kind of what I do. So 4 days a week, and just try and kind of stay committed to it. I have to say I've not nearly been as committed as I once was. That's just having 2 kids.
Yeah, exactly.
My exercise is running about after those 2 little rascals all day, but it's definitely something I'm going to get back into.
Max fitness mantra is large iced coffee from Timmy's every day. You're not wrong. That's my guilty pleasure. That's all I spend money on. I don't drink,
Timmy's?
So I just plow a bunch of iced coffees into me.
You don't drink at all?
Yeah, I don't drink at all.
So it's definitely something I think I want to explore a little bit more of the golf fitness stuff though when we get Mike Carroll on.
No, I think there's a lot of really good. I think for a lot of people, like I'm blessed, I guess, with being a flexible. I'm very naturally I have flexibility from doing nothing.
Yeah.
A lot of people obviously need to work for it a little bit more, so I'm pretty lucky in that sense. I know it'll catch up to me eventually.
Yeah, it always does. We were just chatting about this earlier. What's a go-to outfit when you're playing golf? Obviously, I've been confused as being called Galvin Green, so you guys know that's my deal.
Galvin's they've been sending me some stuff as well, and obviously some of the best stuff. But
is this Grayson?
No, this is Waggle. Actually, I wear a ton of different brands. Pants, I'm exclusively Primo Golf Apparel. It's out of Utah. A few guys on Corn Ferry and stuff wear it, and I love it.
Stuff's nice, isn't it?
New company, and it's I think they're by far my most popular or favorite pants that I've ever worn in the game. They're
$80,
lightweight, $89 American, and they're they fit great.
15.
Mac 15, get a quick little discount.
There you
go.
There you go.
Yeah, no, they're not for everyone, but I personally like them. But I'll wear anything.
I don't know what the context around Sim was, Scott, but we were just talking about that's still your favourite driver, OG Sim.
Yeah, I mean, the Stealth is in the bag.
Yeah.
But I would say if someone asked me what my favorite driver of all time, I would say Sim followed by the R1, and then I love the Stealth though. Stealth's been great. Yes, Goat Lane shoes are awesome. That's the shoes I wear. It's out of Sweden. That's the shoes.
Oh, that's what those are?
Yeah.
They called Goat Line.
Goat Lane.
Goat Lane. Yeah. There we go. I'm exclusively G4.
There we are. Hard to beat.
Well, G4.
Hard to beat.
Galavanta. It's good stuff. Have you ever tried the Autoflex iron shaft? We were just swinging the driver. We were literally just swinging. Sorry, I'll bring the feet down. We were literally just swinging the big boy.
Yeah.
Have you tried the iron?
I have never tried the iron. I need stability in irons.
Yeah.
That's the one thing. I'm not picky. I can normally make whatever I have in my hands work, but irons I need stability. So I like a 2x4 feel in the irons.
Autoflex hype is dead, Freddie said. I don't know if it's dead.
I think it's a select few people that it fits. I think some people are going to love it. I know the family I stay with in Dubai, the guy there, he has it and loves it. He says it's helped him a ton, and he's gained a bunch of distance. It's slowed down his swing. It's helped his swing. So he swears by it. Oh, Timmy, Mac, how far are you hitting the new 7-wood? So
we're going to do a video.
Yeah, we're gonna. It's out in BC, so I'm gonna have to bring it back next time. But I find that it's a good replacement for my like 3 hybrid that I've had forever, because I can get it more up in the air. So I'd say I have a wide range of. At stock would be about 240 in the air. I can max it out to about 250 if I'm turning it over, but I can also hit like a spinny cut from 215 that stops on the green. So it has honestly been like super fun working with that the last couple of weeks and just like experimenting with it. I can't see it getting taken out of my bag. I absolutely love it. I think, for me anyways, I think 7 woods could be a big changer for a lot of people.
I completely agree. I think we're getting back into people having more woods in the bag again. Having like at least 3, but in some cases like having driver 3, 3, 5, 7, that type of thing.
And I think for the 7 wood's crazy because like I know it's only 21 degrees aloft, but looking down at it, it looks like I'm hitting a pitching wedge. So I could go play 18 holes golf with a 7 wood and I could probably score okay.
That would be fun to see.
I think I might have to try it because I legitimately think I could go around pretty good with it.
Okay. Tim is good morning from Saskatchewan. Ian, what's your favourite handicap range to do fittings for? Love you both. We love you back, Tim. We love you right back. Favourite is probably somewhere in the range of like, maybe 15 or so. Like that player who's just hit that plateau and can't kind of get towards single digits. It's such an aspirational thing, I think, as a golfer to kind of be a single digit handicapper. There's that. And then there's the junior golfer who's trying to kind of play elite at an elite level. I really enjoy working with those junior golfers as well. But I mean, to be honest, just anyone who wants to improve, their game. It's fun to see people who are, putting a lot of effort in. Like you look at somebody like Ron Pikowski. Like Ronnie's somebody who just is fun to work with because I know he's doing everything he can to kind of squeeze every bit of potential out of his game, and
definitely
it's fun to be part of that. Most expensive shaft we have, it's got to be this, isn't it? It's got to be the Autoflex. We used to have a shaft that Matrix made called the TP HDE. Do you ever remember that one?
What did it look like?
So it had a paint on it. It was called Ion Snowflake. Was the paint? It was unbelievable. Let me pull up the picture for you.
You ever tried that 7 Dreamers, or whatever it is?
I have. They're out of business now.
Shocker.
I know. Let's see here. You grab one, I'll find this for you. Matrix TP HD.
Let's see. Best public golf courses in the GTA.
We love TPC, don't we?
TPC is hard to.
TPC Toronto.
I know it's maybe a higher price, but it's worth it. It's so good. Trying to think around like closer to downtown. I like Piper's Heath. Piper's Heath is a fun little course.
Yeah, super busy out there.
Yeah, I think that's the problem with a lot of these public courses.
I used to live right by there, and it's so busy. So this was like
oh wow!
Yeah, it was crazy. This Ion Snowflake
was it good?
It was. I loved it. I used it in my driver and fairway wood. Yeah, that was the OG like super premium
shaft.
Tiger used it for a while. He used it in a full hosel Nike Vapor driver. That was like a 430cc Nike Vapor with a TP HDE 7X.
How long do you use it for? Was it just like short?
He used it like maybe a year and a half, but he wasn't playing very well. So he went from the DI, the graphic design DI, into that one, and at that point he ended up going back into his whiteboards.
Got it.
Okay, is it worth being fitted if you're a 20 to 25 handicapper? I say this to people all the time. The higher the handicap, the more you're going to benefit from it. The more it's for you. Trust me. If you are playing the game, and you've got a lot of shots to play with, you're the one with the most to gain. I can improve someone's game, significantly as a 4 handicapper, and they might get to a 3 or a 2. If I improve your game significantly as a 25, you're going to be a 15.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So, like, the higher the handicap, trust me, you have the most to gain by going through the fitting process. I've got 100 stories of 18 handicappers that in a year have played off 8. Like 10 shot differences. I don't have any stories of players who started at 5 and ended up at +5.
Right.
It just doesn't happen. To play the game at that level is just, you're not going to go from 5 handicap to tour.
No, 100%. Yeah.
So definitely do that. Let's see. Whatever happened to TPT shafts? We still have them. Still have them on the wall. We actually just got a new line in, so they've now got a dedicated fairway wood line and a dedicated hybrid line. So depending on what series you're in, so I'd be a 16 series with them. So they've just sent me a 16 series driver fairway hybrid. So the idea being, like, can you actually get fit into a shaft profile that works for all your woods?
That's cool. I love the TPT shaft. I know I was using it for a while there.
Sure you did? Yeah, that's right.
I was having some issues with their originally...
the blue one.
The blue one, yeah, that was when
because
they
we
were
filmed
having some
that
issues.
thing here. Remember that promo?
Yeah, it came up here. But I loved that shaft, and then like a week after that I went and played that event.
Exploded.
4 under at the turn and my driver blew up. Literally.
That's right. Was that
it
one?
It blew up into pieces. It looked like a bomb hit it.
I know, literally exploded.
But they addressed it, they fixed it, and that is no longer a problem.
and honestly, Peter, I say to people all the time, they are not the only shaft company who suffer from breakages. They just cost a lot of money, so obviously it's a little more high profile. There's been a couple of breakages on TV, which was never
John
done
Senden when it broke under his hand. That was brutal.
Riggs actually messaged me, Alex Riggs, when it was late at night, and he's like, "Did you just see that?" I'm like, "See what?" And he sent me the clip. He's like, "John Senden literally his shaft just exploded in his hands
under the grip. Not a place that you traditionally see a grip.
I know.
Or a club break.
Okay. Is Matt going high Honda or banana peel slice on 18 at Pebble? We just talked about that. Stock roller is not an option. What would you do? 18 at Pebble, right? So right to left.
I know I just don't love my miss is left when I hit the high draw. So it's got to be just a big old dirty peeler starting over the
tree.
Yeah. Just, yeah, that's the only way, really. Yeah. Don't want to block it into the Pacific Ocean at all.
You have a pretty permanent tee time at Bear.
It's my home. I honestly go and spend...
I'm
not exaggerating. I go out there for 14 hours of a day. From sun up to sundown, and I just cruise around and have a laugh. It's hard to beat.
Ian, why do you hate offset? What does it tend to do in your experience? Well, I know what it does. My hatred of it is just it kind of making the head looks like it sits kind of a little bit in the shut side of things. I just think it's really, I just hate offset. This looks so ugly. I hate seeing offset. I'm trying to think who it was that Cleveland or someone made a wedge for a player recently.
That was for Jim Furyk.
Yeah. That Cleveland one.
I saw that. I was like, what is that?
What has
dig.
happened?
I'd be a hole digger with that.
Yeah, that thing belongs digging holes in the garden is what that thing...
Wild that someone would request that.
I know.
Jim Furyk's also
it's
a little unorthodox.
He is a little unorthodox, but it's an old-fashioned sort of thing, and it's...
Do you think offset drivers for like a senior citizen that has no swing speed to turn it over? Why? I personally think they need to get back. One of these companies just needs to release the most offset,
I know.
low spinning driver for these, or even high spinning. I guess if they have low club head speed, but
yeah, low spinning would help more people for sure. Like I always say, like the Ping G425 SFT is the best draw bias driver in the market. They don't make a 9 degree.
Right.
They should make an 8 degree, in my opinion. They should make an 8 degree that you could set closed, make it 9.5 with the closed face, weighting that's already in the heel. But honestly, that would fit so many people.
100%. I think the amount of times that I've like taught people that are just, they don't want to change their swing. Their swing is their swing.
That's it.
And if we just had a club that was offset and could just, it would instantly improve them and they wouldn't have to worry about a thing. It is very true. Here's Mac. How long does it take for you to implement a single adjustment effectively to your swing, even if we're talking early in your career? There's things that I've been working on for my entire career that I continue to work on. So I wouldn't say when I make a change, that change is just done and I never have to think about it again. I'm addressing the same things that I've been working on for years, and I've established what I need to work on. And I mean, I'm a firm believer that if you're hitting the middle of the club face consistently, then a lot can come from that. So
there's a reason, like the old saying, success leaves clues. There's a reason why every top player who've played against such a high level has talked about. And it's not that they're trying to keep a secret. I always feel like when people hear Nicholas say that he would spend, some time with Jack Grout at the start of every season before he played in the PGA Tour, and he never took lessons throughout the year. He just started every year re-establishing the fundamentals with his coach Jack Grout, and he had a little bit with time with Jim Flick, but really it's all about the fundamentals, and you can never do them well enough. You can never have your fundamentals perfect enough. So guys, I mean, I think a lot of people see golf swings on Instagram, they hear what coaches say, and they maybe want to overcomplicate the kind of whole scenario. But if you can keep things simple, have a good grip, good setup, ball position is nice and consistent, understand your tendencies, what's your weaknesses and what's your strengths, that goes such a long way. So keeping it nice and simple.
Yeah, it's 100% simple. I'm always working on the simple basic things in my swing that just help me hit the ball well.
Love it. Shane is asking, Ian, is it common that people have the same shaft in their driver as the woods? I am that very person right now. Excuse the noise this is about to make. It's literally have the same shaft, which is the first time I've done this in a while. Literally have the Acra TZ in the driver, and then we have the TZ5 in the fairway wood. Oh, it's this way. And same thing in the hybrid. So just a profile that I love. You've got the same profile, the TZ5 in your driver.
Yeah.
Last year's version, so the slightly heavier.
I haven't tried the new one. I'm looking forward to doing some testing with that and just comparing them.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's the same profile, not really a different profile. There's a little bit of a difference in that the weight is down, so the balance point being as low down as it is in that shaft, it doesn't feel so heavy.
Got it.
So I think you'll definitely like it. Okay. We'll play a little catch up here. Oh, Stealth Hybrido, Timmy. It's a lovely little Stealth Hybrido, that one. It really is. You ever had your stuff hard stepped or soft stepped?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think we ever have. Not in any time.
Not that I can think of, unless Mikey did something while building that he thought. Normally I just say, do your thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't really even know what my clubs are half the time. I couldn't tell you what the lie angles are.
That's the way it should be.
I just kind of let the people that know build them, and give them to me, and I hit them. That's all I do.
The thing is, you're not really hit. For you, it's all about being able to see the ball go through the right windows. It's not really like you're going to stand up there and really notice the spin being up or down too much, because you manipulate it so much anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And I find you can give me pretty much anything, and I think generally I can find a way to make it feel comfortable with a little bit of practice with it. So
that's why I always say that the lower the handicap, maybe the less fitting applies in a sense, or not applies, but the higher handicapper who doesn't have the ability to manipulate the club and hit the shot shape they want time and time again, that's why we build the clubs to really,
and I think we got that quite a bit with like questions saying like, how do you fit a guy like myself? But for you, you've always just fit me based on if it looks good in my hands. That's huge for me. If it looks like I can turn one over and do the things I want to do with it, that's literally one of my biggest checkpoints. So handing me things that I feel right, my kind of suit my eye, and then feel wise in the swing, like I don't necessarily have to stick to one weight and that kind of thing. It just needs to feel right. Other than that, it's a little bit of trial and error, I guess.
Definitely. No, it's exactly right. I mean, making sure that you can hit the shot shapes you want on call. Contact is a big part of it. Totally. Obviously, center's a contact.
Yeah, center's huge for me.
Yeah, keeping like even when Mac's hitting different shots, like your standard deviations when you're hitting similar shots, like making sure they're really tight.
Yeah,
so lots and lots of different ways. And when you're fitting players of your caliber, it is a slightly different process than you know a standard fit in TXG. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, Dave, no notification that the live started. So good. You're here now. You're here now. We'll be online for another 10-15 minutes. Florida Boy Matt, reasonably priced but soft stiff tip shaft. I think any of the older Tensei white stuff is pretty good for that type of thing. You know, maybe the original Pro White, Tensei CK Pro White would be pretty good in there. Even an AV Raw White would be pretty inexpensive. A lot of companies do use that one as their stock shaft, so you could probably pick up one of those, and that's your typical, you know, soft butt section, stiffer tip section. Okay. Have we reviewed the Maxfly Tour Ball? Tried it last week for a few rounds and was impressed. Yeah, we did. I think we done that last year. The Maxfly Tour Ball. It was good. It was absolutely nothing wrong with that golf ball at all. It was very good.
Have I played in Europe on any links courses? Actually, I haven't. It's a place I'm dying to go over and play. I've played like links courses in Australia and other parts of the world, but you'd think Europe would be top of my list and places I've already been, but
it will be soon.
I've been everywhere else. Yeah, it definitely. I think links style golf is golf that suits me. I think it literally is like I love the wind. Like I absolutely love windy conditions. I love doing things that are designed more for a link style course on a normal course that I do anyways, bump and runs and all that kind of stuff. So I'm really looking forward to getting over there and giving it a crack.
My only worry about you going over there and playing on the links courses is that you don't come back.
Yeah, honestly, I would have too much fun. 100%. You
would just love it that much. I mean, like if you were like, literally this is a content thing. A summer in St Andrews, right? If that was like something like a title that you could have done of some content stuff, a summer in St Andrews, like you've got the old course, you've got like the experience of lining up for the tee times. You know, you've got all 8 or 9 courses. You've got Dumbarton, which is close. You go 35 minutes round to Carnoustie, and you've got all the courses there. You've Montefieth and Panmure, where Hogan practiced when he played his only Open Championship over there, and you just would not believe how much you would just love golf over there.
No, I totally would. Especially like I'm a golf junkie. I love every course, so over there I'm sure I would really enjoy it.
We I don't want to spoil anything, but we have some. I had a meeting last week with someone on the travel side of things that will basically allow us to do some content in Scotland and Ireland around the kind of the tourism boards and stuff like that, which I think we would love to do, and just showcasing equipment and how to pick your bag, and on your side, the instructional side of things, how to play the shots that you play. It'd be amazing. Mikey's putts keep hitting the edge of the cup and lipping out very often. How can a putter fitting help this? Well, it's just going to be trying to obviously see what's causing the lip outs. Is it your speed? Is it too much speed? Is it too little speed? Is it obviously face relative to the path, Mikey? It's funny. I think some people just have that tendency to just lip out or just not quite kind of see it coming in from the right side. I always say to people, if you understand the variables that are at play, and if that being the amount of launch the ball has, spin, speed, all that stuff, it's much easier to predict what the ball's likely to do. And I always use the example of if we've got a slopey putt, 50 footer on a right to left, and you've got 3 feet of break. If you have too much dynamic loft and that ball gets airborne, well, a bouncing ball on that slope from 50 feet, every time it bounces, which is probably going to be 7-8 times, is going to create energy away from the intended line. If you don't know that's happening, you'll never be able to start the ball on that line or keep the ball on that high line. So it's understanding the variables when it comes to doing or the fit itself, making sure the launch and spin and start direction are all on point.
Tried to hit a draw and fall into a block. What do you recommend to fix this? Probably face probably coming through open with an open or a in to out path, and you're probably just blocking it. So
where's that one there? The
work on
Andrews. Andrew, let's see. Andrew tends to hit a draw and falls into a block. Yeah, I mean,
it's got to be club face. It's
kind of was what you were struggling with for a while, wasn't it? When you were kind of trying to, like, you always found like the block was kind of prominent for you. You'd set up pretty square. Your default path is into out, and then trying to hit a fairly neutral shot. You'd kind of block it down the left hand side. So that's where the safety slice came from.
Yeah, definitely. And I think draws they don't terrify me with the woods, but they're not my favorite thing because I do feel like I need to time that release perfectly when there's less moving parts for me to hit like a squeeze fade that like can miss left and be fine. The block, a block is never a enjoyable thing for anyone. In my opinion. A big block, anyways.
Modern equipment has definitely helped with that, hasn't it? Facilitate that kind of. You're going to, from out to in, you're going to retain more loft. You're going to get the high launch, and through the obviously the CG, the driver, and all the setup. It's definitely able to get the spin rate down. Whereas probably even 15 years ago, people who played a slice would always kind of hit it really quite short. So it's definitely something the modern equipment's helped. Do we want to tease the second hand challenge that we're going to do?
Yeah, I think we should. I think that's going to be pretty fun. So
right. So guys, we're going to do a match. Probably the first outdoor match we'll do. Now all the courses are pretty much open here. When you back, I think our next filming day with you is going to be I think the 9th, 2 weeks today. So we're not filming next week, but we'll film on the 9th. So we'll try and get outdoors. What we're going to do is a used club challenge. So obviously we talk about the best premium products, in the world really, but we know that's not in everyone's budget to afford to do things the TXG way. So if you have to work off a bit of a budget, what does that look like? So we're going to do a 4-man match. You're the low handicapper of the group. You're the low man. So Mac gets the lowest budget to spend on a second-hand set. So I think we said it was like $1,000. You were going to try and do it for less.
I'm going to do this for as cheap as possible.
Okay, so we'll just call it as cheap as possible.
Just because, but the issue that I foresee happening is lefty options. So not having as many lefty options might be harder to do cheap but I'm going to do it as cheap as I can. That's my strategy.
So call it under 1,000.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Under 1,000.
Under 1,000. So I'm going to do mine under 1,500. Mikey's going to do his under
$7,000.
$7,000, yeah. He needs all the help he can get. No, he's going to do under $2,000, and RB is 2,500, right? So 4 different price points. Putting a bag of clubs together of what we think is the best. I mean, under $1,000. I mean, like you said, 14 clubs. You'll be scratching into something.
No, I wouldn't have been scoping it out.
Have you?
Oh yeah, sussing it out, and I can get a couple woods for about $11 each.
So
easily. and they're fine. Like a wood's a wood. I got my exotics for $22 American online.
Yeah, I think actually the lefty could play into that a little bit more because like the demand and stuff.
The irons are a problem.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm gonna end up with like
killer whales.
Yeah, killer whales
Fire
with
stick
fat shafts or something. Like, guaranteed. It's gonna be rough, but we're gonna make it go.
Yeah, that one will be awesome. And Doug, any advice for newbies? This is kind of what this new series is about. Is no, Chris. Where Chris is saying that's stupid. Do 1,000 per person, 2,500 for RB.
Some people don't have $2,500 budget though. It's, you got some guys are on a real budget.
Definitely.
Kids at home to feed.
Yeah. So Doug, I think when it comes to newbies and the equipment, you can still be custom fit for the clubs even if you're new to the game. So making sure that you've got the right grip size, length of clubs, loft and lies, the right type of heads, all those sorts of things will allow you to develop your game faster, to be honest, because you're not making compensations for heavy or short or long equipment, all that sort of stuff. So definitely still go get fit, take lessons. Right.
I think having
a bunch of lessons.
Yeah, I think lessons are good just to get the good fundamentals down, so you have those and you have stuff to work on your own. What's everyone's handicap
for this?
Yeah, that's what someone asked.
Well, the idea was kind of the clubs would kind of offset the handicap, exactly. Right? So for $2,500, I mean RB's going to have a pretty sick set. So basically, he's going to be able to pick what he wants.
Right.
Right, you're going to be left with a bag of spanners.
Yeah,
I'll have. I mean, I don't know if it'll be that easy, but and Mikey will have a pretty decent set. So we'll probably do like 0, 2, 4, and 6 or something like that with the clubs. I think that should come out pretty even.
For sure.
And I don't want to hear a cheap out of Martusevich. He literally sends me his card yesterday. He shot 34 or 35 in the back 9 at Toronto yesterday. So literally, I should be getting shots off that kid. We'll see.
He hits it good.
He does. All right, guys. Let's do a couple more minutes here. Let's see if we can find a couple more. Good one from Alex is a fitter question. When you're fitting someone for a full bag, where do you start and how do you move through the bag? Really good question, Alex. So for us at TXG, we go irons, which for us is a 6 or 7 depending on the type of iron. So we go irons, driver, fairway wood, hybrid. Depending on how the player's feeling, we maybe take a break at that point and go do putter and come back to wedges, or if they feel like they just want to keep swinging, we'll go wedges then putter. That's our process. Is that rain? I guess weather sucks.
Rains every day.
Every day is miserable.
Driver loft I use a 9 degree set to 7.
There you go. Dave Fogel thinks Mikey should play with ladies clubs. He already does. Already does. TXG Scotland, Andrew, kind of. That's all I'll say. Kind of.
Here we go.
Oops. How much of a change can a 1/4 inch in length make and 3 degrees upright in the lie angle? Just not a fairly significant. I mean, if you are somebody who does struggle, with contact and obviously losing the ball to the right, you've got that toe down and you kind of can't quite square the face up. That's going to make a good amount of difference.
How can I find a girlfriend who golfs? You know what you should do? I was actually thinking. No, there's like Tinder and stuff. We make one called. I don't know. Tough. Finding something, a name, and for golfers. But even for dating as well as like if you're single and want to join a group. Mm-hmm. So you're single, you can like go in this app and it links you up with other singles trying to get out and play.
Honestly, when we started TXG, we literally had a concept. So apparently Ethan's saying that exists.
Oh, swinger. There we go.
Is that what
maybe
it's
that
called?
is. Someone just said swinger.
Are you sure that's not something else?
Yeah, swinger. Ethan? I feel like I wouldn't want to type that into the Google. That's for sure.
Swinger.
Yeah.
Dave.
Is that the first live F-bomb? Yeah.
Absolutely not. That is definitely not.
No chance. It slipped, all right?
They sneak out every now and again. What do you think? We talk to each other and, like a couple of choir boys? It's not how it goes. That's kind of my thinking in the whole thing. Not that it's time away from the girlfriend, but like, do you really want a girlfriend that plays full time? And like everywhere you go that they want to come to, and I don't know if that'd be the ideal way to go. Trace and I met on a golf course, so like I get it. Like I get that's literally how we met was on
that's very true.
The golf course.
Very true.
I was on the first tee with my old boy. Trace and her dad, come round the corner. Our dads were apprentice electricians together, so they start chatting. Off they walk up the first fairway, off we walk up the first fairway, and
that was history.
21 years later, and 2 little Canadian kids later, we're still together. True love story, Mac. True love story.
Someone earlier asked, they're coming up here for the Canadian Open. Which course should they play? Glen Abbey, Angus Glen, or Copper Creek? Glen Abbey.
The Abbey.
Copper Creek's good. I would say
yeah.
Angus is okay. Okay, it's okay.
Is it?
Have you played it?
The North course. Never played
They're
the
okay.
South course.
I know, like when the pros were there for the Canadian Open, they didn't like it. It's a nice, good golf course, but I'd say Glen Abbey probably the best.
Yeah. Okay. Guys, one more. Let's see, what's a good one? Dawson, we're good, my man. We're good. We are good. We're just getting ready to sign out. What are your thoughts on the minimal bag now that you've used it a while?
I still use it and still really like it. Everything's still fully functional on it. Obviously, they're going to have some bumps along the way. It's a new company, so they're constantly learning and probably adapting some new things for their newer designs. But I've had no problems with it. It was with me every day in Dubai in that sun, and it's held up really well. So I think that was a pretty good test for it, and really like it.
Wore out this. The thing's got a solar panel on it.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool. Like
it really is.
And it doesn't look bad. Still, it looks nice and
I think
clean.
it looks amazing
For a white golf bag. It's done pretty well. Plus the price point. I think the price point of it is great.
What's that? Ian does. Tracy. Wow. Does Tracy want a mulligan on the first hole? Yeah, I'll give Tracy a little mulligan in the first. I give her a little mulligan. She actually, when we used to tee off, our home club was, the first tee was right outside the clubhouse, and so she always used to like, I'm not teeing off in the first one. I'll just drop off in the fairway. One of those.
Nerve-wracking. Have you played Grey Wolf and Panorama? Yes. That place would be cool to go out and play, actually.
Where's that? Is that
Innsmouth, British Columbia. You fly into Calgary. It's about, I forget how long the drive is, but it's a mountain course. Yeah. They got that par 3, I think it's called Cliffhanger. You hit it from like one side of the cliff over a big gulch, or it's really cool. So I think it's one of the best par 3s in Canada.
Huh.
Yeah.
Never heard of it. I think we'll definitely with being out there a lot more. I think we're gonna have some fun going out to.
That'd be a really cool trip to go do. Yeah.
Where's Jasper Park?
Like flying to Calgary. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's all worth it.
Like I want to play
Springs,
Jasper, Banff and stuff like that. I definitely want to go play.
Those mountain courses are just so good.
Yeah.
Hard to beat.
Okay. Spiked or spikeless? Final off with this thing.
Whatever, doesn't make a difference for me. Yeah. I'm pretty indifferent. I wear spikeless now, but if you put spikes on my feet, I wouldn't really care.
I used to only be. I used to wear spikes on the right foot, spikeless on the left foot.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So so the front of the right foot.
So you can let it go.
So the traction. So when my feet would kind of go that way, I used to always get my right foot would slip a little bit. So I'd have spikes on the front part of the right foot only.
Yeah, I think for me, I actually like. I'm opposite 'cause I'm a lefty, but I don't want. I want my front foot to be able to release.
That's why I was spikeless. So if I can let my front foot kind of spin a little bit, but not have the back foot pull back too much,
right,
then I can kind of keep balance and kind of have maximum sort of torque and that kind of feeling when you see it on a force play of you're literally trying to use the ground and rotate the ground clockwise. So if you have some traction on the trail foot, you can do a little bit of that. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. That's a 50.
Guys branch into Alberta.
minutes.
We can finish with that one. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
One day.
Tyler, we are going to be out there soon. Well, I would say within 6 weeks you'll be able to get a TXG fit in Alberta within the next 6 weeks. Yes, to that. So
right.
Look out. Okay, guys, this has been fun. There's no live next week. You're back in BC. I'm in New York for the week, so I'm out of town. So I think we've still got a full calendar of content. We've got your fairway wood video. We have an iron shaft testing video with Mikey Boy testing Modus and Project X and Dynamic Gold. Basically, I think it's 4 or 5 different shaft profiles with the same club head, and seeing how Mikey can kind of make those work for him. We've got 2 videos left in the Marquez series. Those have been amazing.
They're really
cool
good.
to see people's feedback on that. And then everything basically that we're doing today. So there's a ton of content coming out in the next 2 weeks, and we'll all be back together on May 9th.
Yeah. Come back. Yeah.
Love it.
Definitely.
Okay. Guys, thank you for watching. Let us know again what more content you want to see from us. Please do. Always like to hear the suggestions as to what you guys want us to film. We are doing a lot of kind of swing and golf strategy related content. So I think we just done some stuff on your bomber driver. We done some stuff on. We filmed the video number 2 of the compression video. So the compression video was a really popular one for us, and you guys told us that you understood now compression, but you want to know some drills around compression. So we filmed that one too.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Is Mac officially part of the TXG crew? Yes.
You are officially part of the crew. You've never not been part of the crew.
Yeah, I've kind of been a part of it in some capacity
You
in
have?
a long time. I started as a fitter and
Literally,
just
yeah.
been back and forth. Yeah.
Mac literally truly has been part of the family since what? When you start fitting with us? 2017 or 18 or 17. When did you go to Dubai?
Oof, I was before New Zealand. I don't know. Wasn't it before I left New Zealand? I don't know. I don't remember.
I think it was
a while ago.
2017.
It was a while ago, yeah.
So you were fitting here, and then you've taught here, and you've done content with us. So
Yeah, I've been a part of it in some capacity for a while, but now that I'm not as shy on the camera, that was my hard part.
it's not easy though, camera
No, it's
stuff.
hard. I'm camera shy. Getting better.
Yeah, good. Yeah, pro, an old pro. Okay, guys, see you in a couple of weeks.